When the Pittsburgh Steelers took their ill-fated journey up the stairway to 7, they took the hopes of a region and several tech companies with them. You see, the Greater Pittsburgh Chamber of Commerce bet the Green Bay area chamber that the Steelers would win the game. The wager? Algebra tutoring software for 250 Green Bay school children from Carnegie Learning, and 3 gifts for the Children's Hospital of Wisconsin: Toy Story Mania, a 3D video game developed by Shell Games, an interactive gaming kiosk developed by Electric Owl, and the mamaRoo, an innovative baby seat that may well be the answer to every sleepless parent's dreams. Of course, the Steelers lost the game, and the Pittsburgh Chamber and its contributors will have to make good on the bet. But the folks at 4Moms aren't complaining. Robert Daley is CEO with Thorley Industries, makers of the mamaRoo. Welcome. Good to see you again.
Great to be here, Bill. Thanks for having me.
It's been a while, and what you've been up to, man, this is really amazing. Tell us about the mamaRoo.
Sure. So the mamaRoo is an infant seat that we started selling roughly 7 months ago, and the idea is that it better replicates the motions that parents make while comforting their infants.
Okay, and where did the idea come from?
Well, we do a lot of research around all of the products that we develop, and infant seats in the U.S. is about a $200 million market, and it's comprised of bouncy seats that vibrate and swings that swing. And we started thinking that there really had to be an opportunity to do something that was better for parents and for babies. And we went out and actually put 3-axis accelerometers on moms and studied the motions they made when they were soothing their babies. And we found that nobody vibrates like a bouncy seat and nobody moves like a swing. So everybody bounces and sways.
Okay, and so with technology from right here in our region, you were able to, what, replicate the mom's motions?
Yeah, so we don't talk about it this way to our consumer base, but what the mamaRoo actually is a 2-axis coordinated motion robotic platform. And we've got a team of 7 kind of masters and PhD level roboticists back at 4Moms that really is, I think, 100% out of CMU, as a matter of fact, leveraging kind of the robotics strength of the region and coming up with ways to use that robotic technology in real consumer applications.
And this is about 7 months on the market. How's it been going?
We've had a great run so far. So we're in about 470 locations in North America. We just took Mexico online last week, which is our 5th country. We tripled our projections early last year, doubled them in the fall, and then beat those by about 19% year over year. So the volume's been nothing short of extraordinary.
Pretty much. You got a lot of business experience. You know, Henry Thorne, your co-founder, one of the great visionaries, especially in robotics in our region. But still, you're in a massive consumer products business nationwide. You know, how do you do that? I mean, how have you been able to pull this off so quickly?
Well, you know, what we've really been fortunate with is that we've been able to really focus on innovation. And the idea is that if you're going to come up with products that are relevant to consumers, that are solving real needs, and doing that with a product that's unique from what other folks are doing, it really gives you just a huge edge up. So there are roughly 45 manufacturers in the stroller and swing space, and if you're going to go to the retail channel and try to convince them that they should add an additional manufacturer, you have to give them a very compelling reason. And the reason that the mamaRoo has been so successful is that it meets the needs for consumers, and there isn't another product that's anything like it that's available anywhere.
So I take it babies like it.
Babies love it, and moms love it, and we love that because moms write the checks.
Well, and that's where I imagine a word of mouth plays a big part in your ability to market this.
It does. You know, when we started the company, we talked about the grapevine among moms, which is before social media had kind of worked its way into the fabric of kind of everyday, kind of discussions. And there's no doubt about it that a group of moms sitting around a table having a cup of coffee together is the original social media for sure.
Pretty amazing. I'm thinking about your timing, though. 7 months on the market means you were doing your development during what everybody thinks was the Great Recession. So
no doubt.
How'd you find the money and the investors and everything it takes to get a company off the ground?
Yeah, we've been fortunate that we've always had really great support from our investor base, and that we haven't had fundraising challenges, and I try to knock on wood every time that I say that. And in many ways, it's not cliche to say that during the darkest times is when there's the greatest opportunity. And so we think that we were fortunate that we were able to keep the R&D spigot on for us and continue to do this development at a time when, quite honestly, all of our competitors, big companies like Fisher-Price and Hasbro and Graco and Doral and Safety First, were all, as public companies, cutting their spending way back. We were able to actually go aggressively forward, and we're at a point now where we're bringing out things that are new and innovative at a time where nobody else has anything new to talk about.
So we've only about 30 seconds left, so I take it there's more than one product in the pipeline?
There is. We've got a suite of 5 products that address $1.2 billion of spending in the U.S. that we think we can take a huge amount of share from.
And all in this...
in the juvenile space under the 4Moms brand.
It's really exciting. So, and how many people do you have right now?
Company just reached 22. added 2 folks this week, up from 12 just over a year ago.
Wow, well, it's a fabulous story. I always get a kick. I haven't seen Henry Thorne in years, but he's always one of my favorite visionary inventors in Pittsburgh, and Robert Daley. Great to see you.
Hi. Thanks,
do that. Thanks so much.
For having us.